Now let's get into it and understand how we can use it. So instead of just learning view theory, we can do some practical work and understand how the cloud cowork work and how we can use it. So most of the time coaches and consultant who running some kind of cohort or the community, they spending most of the time on the AI chat. So they can simply go to Claude chat and just have the conversation here. Every single time they need to define who they are, what are their target audience, what are their voice, what kind of curriculum of their course. So they either they can describe here or they can upload a file here and then just have the conversation. So after some time, once they have conversation, they need to start a new chat because after some time AI can hallucinate because it gives you the wrong results because due to the context memory, and the context memory is just the number of tokens used by AI or handle at a one chat, right? So if it exists in the context window, it start hallucination or give you the wrong answers. So instead of this, you need an open new chat and then you define the prompt again, upload your files and just uh, do the same process again and again. So instead of this, you need to use the Claude Cowork and I will show you how you can do it. So the goal of using Claude Cowork is to build an environment that already knows who you are before you type or a single word, right? This is why I recording this video. So here you can just provide the prompt, but in the Cowork there's a feature called work inside a project or a folder. So let me show you what I mean by here. So let's say I create a new project, or I can use a folder, right? So let's say I choose a folder. So first I go to my finder and here I just create a new folder and just write peer coaching. Okay, and this is the main folder that I can use, and inside this folder we have to store some data about who we are, our target audience, our past email, our student sheet, and all the meeting notes, right? So we need to provide some knowledge base into it. So I already have some files here, so let me input this folder here and I will show you in a bit. So we have 5 files here. So first is Claude.md. So this is the important file. It tell about Claude, who you are. So in this case, we take an example of Priya Sharma, and then your student, your target audience is a woman around age of 28 to 45. How your voice, your program schedule, right? The output you want. So your email write on 200, 300 words, right? So you just define everything in one time and make this file. So you can make this file with the Claude Cowork directly as well. So you can simply go to Claude Cowork and select a folder first. So choose a folder here and go to downloads. This is we created this folder and inside this folder we have these 5 files. Okay, just open it and give it permission to allow. So now whenever you start working on it, the Claude already know all the context about you, your target audience and the voice, everything, right? And now you didn't write a single word. So if you just ask it your local device and it see it, these 5 files, and it just lists down here. Okay, so you have curriculum overview, you have post past email week 3, student roster and the week 3 call notes. Okay, so in the upcoming videos I will also show you how to build the knowledge base, because right now if you see we have the issue, right? So we already defined the Claude MD file, our curriculum course, right? And we have the student roster, so we have the all the information about our student, their email, location, background, and some notes about them. So all this help AI to answer it or help us to go. And we also have the week 3 call notes. So when we have the calls, team meetings, right, so we have the transcript and we can store it somewhere. So now we need to build the knowledge base as well. So this is an issue, and we will cover about the next video or the upcoming videos how we can fix or how we can build a system so we can automate the knowledge base building. Because right now we just need to manually come here and just upload it, or ask Claude Cowork to upload a file, delete a file, right? So you can just simply select a folder here, right? And inside the folder we have it, right? So you can ask anything about it, okay? So let's see, is it working properly or not? So we can ask it, write the week 4 Monday check-in email. So it already know about you, how you wants to write the words limit, right? So the goal is, when you're working with Claude Cowork, to be precise in your initial context, right, and the instructions. And once it give you the answer, you need to properly monitor it and verify it if it's not correct, right? So as you working into it, it give you the ability to work faster with less context input. So if you see here, it loaded all the files inside our main folder, and we have the instruction cloud MD and all other 4 files. So if you click it here, so it read all those things here, like v3 call notes, your past email to understand how you writing it, and your curriculum overview. And then it just write the email, right, and it edit the task for himself. So if you see here, progress, so it assign a task to himself, write a week for Monday check-in email, and once the task is completed, it just cut it down, right? And right now it doesn't have any context. So context window is when we use external files or skills connector, right, it's all loaded in the context. But for now we don't have much context here. So if you see the email here, so we have this email, you have an offer and an offer, and it just tell about it's assigned with Priya, right? So this is how we can working inside the Cloud Cowork. So here we don't need to define who we are, and what our target audience. We don't need to give any context here. We just come here and just provide a one liner input, and it just give you the output that you want. So this is the power of Cloud Cowork, and we can use it properly. And let's see for the next thing we can do with this. So this is a pretty simple example, but let's try different one. So here's my provide the input. Here are the student register and call notes from week 3. So it already had the week 3 notes, and right now it doesn't use this student roster CSV file that we have inside the folder, right? So it's gonna use this time, and let's see, and create a student check-in report that flag who need attention this week, each person status is, and what's my next action should be each of them, okay? And once it complete, we want to save a Word doc inside the same folder, okay? So if you see here, we are in this folder here, and in this folder we just have these 5 files, okay? Sorry, 6 files we have here. And if you running it, so it diagnoses all the student CSV file, and generate a report for us and save the Word doc inside the same folder. So it just first read a file for us, and now you can see here in the Priya coaching folder, it already loaded this student roster.csv, and you can see here in the progress bar, it started the second task, building student check-in report. So let's wait for to complete it. Now it have everything the information that it needed, and it run a script using Claude infrastructure, and it generate the Word document for us. So, and once it generated, I will tell you one more thing. So it can work inside our terminal, and also Claude have their own infrastructure that run the Python script, Node.js, and every coding skills, right? So it's just writing it down, and if you go to your folder, it should be create a new file here as well. So let's wait for it. So once it come running right, we can use another task here. So let's say I go here and select my Priya coaching folder. Okay, and let's run another task here. So here we inside the same folder, and this time we just tell it to here's my coaching program file. So in the same folder we upload all the files, and we wants to prepare content week for content pick, a Monday check-in email, one school community post to kick off the week, and a list of students I should personally follow up with, right? Save all three as a separate file in the same folder. So this time we asked to do three things and create a three files in the sets inside the same folder. So let's run this as well and see. This time also we don't define anything. So once it's working here, if you go back here, so it completed the task if you see in the progress, and it generate this build report.js, and also it use this docs skill, right? So if you go to your finder and you see here week 4 student check-in docs, so it create a new file for you, and if you open it, it generate the word document here, and same thing you can do it, you can see here in the preview. So if you click it here, so the momentum method cohort 4, so week 4 student check-in, and if you open it on Google Drive, so let me open it so we can make it bigger. And now you see here we have stitches and notes for the each student, right? From Brenda for the Luren, and the next action for them. So we can customize it here as well. So this way we can generate a report without doing it manually with the simpler two-line prompt. So this is we can do it, and also this save inside our folder, right? So this is how we can do it, and we can generate an artifact or the different slide or presentation as well, right? So let's say we can ask it convert this into cloud artifact presentation. So let's see it. So it generated, this time it generated the presentation. So now we don't define our templates or any colors, but later on when we working on the use case, we can simply clearly define this, follow the template, and we can go through it. So if you go to the other slide, so right now you see it generated three files here. So this is the week for Monday email, this is for your school post, okay, and this is the follow-up list. So this is the girl Tanisha, we need to focus more into her, and there are other peoples, and these are the need encouragement, right? So it is very good to analyze those document for you. And if you go back here, yeah, you can see it here as well. Like you can see here we have the big four what we built, and this is the opening hook, this is the framework that we need, and this is the call to action. So we can generate a presentation, we can analyze it, we can create the files, and all this just having everything inside the one folder. And now we just need to work anytime, so you just open the new task inside the same folder and just ask anything, right? And this is how you can do it. You start using Claude Cowork, and once you working with Claude Cowork, the only thing that you need to take an account that when you provide the instructions or your initial context, it should be very precise. And also you need to know to express what done look like for the cloud cowork, right? So you need to clearly define your task and just do it. So in this way you can start anytime without repeating yourself. In the next video we can explore more about how we can use the skills, connectors, and all other use cases. Thanks.